Welcome to another Take 5. One of my favorite movie scenes comes from the movie National Treasure, where Nicolas Cage and his crew are searching for this treasure, and nothing is going to stop them or stand in the way, even if it means stealing the Declaration of Independence. And so they follow clue after clue, putting themselves in harm's way, going and doing whatever it takes until finally this scene comes and all of their hard work has paid off. What a great scene. And every time I watch that scene, I can't help but be reminded of the parable that Jesus told in Matthew chapter 13, when he said, "The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure hidden in a field, and when a man found it, he hid it again. And then in his joy, he went out and sold everything he had and bought that field." I want you to know that you are a treasure to God. He has created you. He has loved you. He has given you His grace through His Son, Jesus Christ. I want to ask you today, the kingdom of heaven, is it a treasure to you? What does the kingdom of heaven mean to you? What does it mean to experience God's grace in your life through Jesus Christ? What does it mean to you to be a Christian? To get to be part of the church? How valuable is that to you? For the man in the parable, the treasure was so valuable, it was valuable to him, worth more to him than anything else, even more than the plot of land. And so he hid it again there on the plot of land and proceeded to go out and to sell and to sacrifice everything that it took to buy that land so that he could have that treasure. Life without Jesus, not worth much. Full of trouble, heartache, trials, difficulties, disappointments. But life with Jesus is worth everything. Grace from God is a free gift. But the treasure of belonging to God, the treasure of being a disciple of Jesus, is worth everything. And if it costs everything for you and I, it should be a cost that we're willing to pay. There is nothing in this life that is worth more than the treasure of belonging to Jesus. When we think about this parable, we think first of all about treasure. And that really is what Jesus is to us, a treasure. That treasure is worth more than anything that we have. The man was willing to go out and sell everything that he had. He was willing to give up everything else in life to have that treasure. Are you and I willing to give up everything in our life to have that treasure? Are we willing to give up our own pride? Are we willing to give up our own pleasure? Are we willing to give up our own wants and desires and goals and dreams to have something greater, a treasure that is even more valuable in Jesus Christ? The man, in his joy, went off and sold everything he had and bought that land. It was a joy to him to be willing to go and to give up everything, knowing what he was going to gain. You and I are going to experience unspeakable joy someday when we step inside the gates of heaven. With joy, we should be doing whatever it takes to have that treasure, to have that relationship with Jesus Christ.